Hello and welcome to another video. Today, you guys, we're back in my finished artwork sketchbook, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, my ring light broke, the one that holds my phone, and so my phone is in like a very precarious situation right now, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna fall on me some point during this coloring process. So I'm gonna try and get it done pretty quickly. So hopefully next week I'll have a new ring light, because I fucked mine up, unfortunately. I'm gonna try to do this without tussling, like moving my ring light too much. I guess it's gonna be like a really great excuse to get a new tripod because I fucked my shit up. I'm so sad, you guys. But I wasn't lying when I say we're gonna draw this drawing of my OC scum. It's gonna be very pink, you guys. I have all the pinks picked out. Like look at how pink. It's gonna be super pink, you guys. It's gonna be super pink. So I have a color comp ready. Give me 1 second. This is what I plan on the colors looking like by the end of this. The colors are not 100% exact same, but I'm gonna be doing my best, you guys. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for here. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with the blood parts, I guess. It's like very Danganronpa looking blood, and I did do tests of this a little bit on a separate piece of paper. But I didn't really test it that much, you guys. You know me, I do color comps and I test out the markers, but honestly, I'm mostly just going with the flow here. I know for a fact that when I do the heart, it's just going to be red. I was in the color comp, it's got like some blood on it, but then I realized I really don't know how to do like red blood or like this pink blood on top of a red heart. I was like, I'm not doing it. If I ever color it digitally, I will go ahead and fix that in post. But right now I'm not doing that. I just realized that I don't have a piece of paper behind this piece of paper, in case, so that way it doesn't bleed onto the next page. But I guess I really don't care. I'm trying to think of if I care or not, and I think I'm deciding that no, I really don't care. I mean, usually I would care, but I'm really just trying to get this done, you guys. I didn't draw anything at all today, and I came home late from work because I had to go to a meeting for my job, and then I had to pick up pee pads for the dogs on the way home. I didn't get home until like 6:15, and that pissed me off. So I'm the type of person, I don't really like changes in routine. I get off of work at 4, I get home by 5, sometimes a little bit sooner if traffic's not too bad, and then I eat, I draw, I record a video, I lay down. And when that system is changed, it pisses me off. I'm kind of rigid that way. I know I shouldn't be. I should be okay with changes in routine, but they really make me upset. And I was doing my best to not be mad about it today. I'm using a different bunch of markers. I do have a lot of Copics picked out, but I went through my entire repertoire of alcohol markers for pinks to see which ones I wanted. So this one is a Touch Twin. It's a Shinhan Touch Twin marker. I like these. They're pretty good. They're from Korea. They're not cheaper than Copics, so I don't know if I'd recommend them over Copics. These are a lot harder to find, in my opinion, than Copics are. A little bit less widely available. So if you want to try them, I would say that they're good, but they're not easy to find. Especially refills, because they do sell refills, but I always have trouble finding them, which is the main reason why I don't really use them too much. And you guys know these are my Himi markers that I don't like that much. And then we have an Ohuhu marker. And then the rest of my markers are Copics, except for the marker that I'm going to use for the heart. That's a Neo Pico marker. This one is a lot more saturated than the other two. Whoops. Well, I wanted the blood to be like hot pink, so this helps with that, but the blending is not the best here. It doesn't really look like blood, I guess. Well, I guess it really shouldn't because it's hot pink, but it's not really blending in the way that I like. That's fine. Unfortunately, some of the pinks that I have are kind of desaturated, and I wanted this to be pretty saturated. Although if I'm being honest, you guys, a lot of the pinks that I chose, and by a lot I mean all of the pinks that I chose, they're a bit more on the violet side. Just because those are the pinks that I like. I mean, I like pinks that are kind of red, but honestly, I like pinks that are a bit more violet. I don't know. They just seem cuter to me. But you guys can let me know if it looks good or not. I think this actually is looking kind of nice, you guys. Okay, there's the blood. I think that looks kind of cute. It's not as hot pink as I would have liked it to be, but that's okay. I think it gets the gist. I guess I'll do the heart next. So for, like I said, for the heart, we're using this Neo Pico 2 marker. I do like Neo Pico markers. Unfortunately, they do feel kind of dry. I don't know if it's just the way that they make them. I have no idea, but I really like this color a lot. It's called Strawberry. I don't really like reds usually, so I never really get a chance to use red. But I like this red. I don't know why. I just think it looks really cute. These are some of the Neo Pico markers that I bought before the year ended last year because I wanted some. And I knew I was going on a no art supply buying thing this year. So I was like, okay, I want to buy some Neo Pico markers before I can't buy any. And so I bought these, and I also bought some other ones. They're called the Neo Pico 2 markers, and they have this sort of they have two nibs. They have a bullet nib and they have a brush nib. And I thought that I would prefer these over those. So I bought more of these. And also I was just buying them to see what they were like. But what I did was I bought a lot of each of them instead of just buying one of each to see which ones I would prefer before I bought them in more colors, because I think they have the same selection of colors for both sets of markers. I think. I don't quote me on that because I don't actually know. But they sell this one in that Neo Pico 2 with the bullet tip. And I thought I wouldn't like the bullet tip ones because I don't really like bullet tips for markers. But that was before I started like sketching in markers and stuff. And so I was like, I could sketch with these, and that made me really excited. But so I bought like other ones in this style instead of that other style. And I wish I'd bought them in the other style with the bullet in it because I would have loved to sketch with them. This color is really cute. And I think it would be really cute to sketch with. And now I'm really sad about it. But that's what happens when you don't test before you buy a bunch, when you're hedonistic and you just want to buy a bunch of shit, but you don't actually know if you like it or not. That's what I did, you guys. Don't be like me. Buy one at a time. You can always buy more later, unless they go out of, like, sale, but how often does that really happen? I don't know if I should have made it that dark, because I feel like the lines are getting lost. And they definitely are. You know, what can you do? I guess you can plan better beforehand. But I never plan, you guys. You know this by now. That's obviously not true. I do plan. I planned before I started this. I just don't plan enough. I might add some veins to this heart to make it look a little bit more heart-like. I don't know if it reads as heart currently. Do you guys have any plans for Valentine's Day? I don't particularly like Valentine's Day, but the new Captain America movie is coming out, and I'm not going to see it on Valentine's Day. I'm going to see it on the day after, because I have a job, so I don't really have Valentine's Day off. And I found that as I get older, when my sisters, I used to go to the movies with my sisters a lot, but they ended up like getting married and moving away and shit, so I had to be okay with going to the movies by myself, because I like to go to the movies, and I didn't want to not go to the movies. So now that they are busy with families and such, and I am forever alone, by design, because that's what I prefer. But I got really used to going to the movies by myself, and now whenever someone's like, "Oh, do you want to come with the movies with us?" I'm like, because I'm like, well, I wanted to see the movie by myself, but okay, I guess I'll go. But I try to make an effort. I try to be like, yes, we'll go to the movies together, and try to invite other people to the movies, because honestly, my default is now it's like, I'm gonna go see that by myself. But I am gonna go see Captain America 3? What is that? Is it 3 or 4? I actually don't remember how many Captain America movies. Oh, there are 3. This is 4. Sorry, I was blanking so hard. There are 4 Captain Americas. I would see this one by myself. Mostly from Marvel movies I've seen by myself. And sometimes I like to see newer movies too. That I'm like, I would not really watch this with anybody else because it's like not really a movie that I would ever be interested in. So I'm just gonna like go watch it to see if I like it. Well, there are some movies where I felt like they were good when I did that. Recently, I went to see Love Hurts. That's what it's called. Love Hurts, about the guy who was like an assassin. It was not a good movie, guys. I don't think it was very good at all. But I liked it a lot. Do you guys ever like movies, even though they're not good? Like one of my favorite movies is Strange Magic. It's like an animated movie about a fairy princess who ends up falling in love with the king of goblins. I love that movie. It's so terrible, you guys. You should definitely watch it. It's really bad, but I love it a lot. And so sometimes there are movies that are like, oh, this is awful. This is truly, truly awful. But you fall in love with it. And so I liked Love Hurts a lot. I thought it was bad, but I liked that it was bad, if that makes sense. I feel like there were some edits that I could have made. I feel like in a different life I could have been like a person who like critiques scripts or something, because I'm like, I can see ways where this could be improved. I think the biggest issue with the movie, in my personal opinion, is that the whole thing took place over like 2 days. And I'm like, that's not enough time, buddy. That is not enough time. Because there's like a side couple that falls in love, but they fall in love in like the span of one night. And the girl's like, you told me to chase what I love, and I love him. And I'm like, girl, it's been like 24 hours. Like, chill the fuck out. And I feel like there were not enough flashbacks. I think there was like one flashback, but I don't think it was utilized well, to talk about how the main character and the love interest, how he was in love with her. Don't know why she was in love with him. It didn't really explain it too much. She thought he was cute and stuff, but other than that, I'm like, I don't know what she likes about him. I mean, I know what I like about him from what I've seen. He seems like a nice guy. You didn't really get to see too much of him in his old life, which I think did a little bit of a disservice to that character. And we didn't really get to see too much of why he wanted to protect his new life. We knew he had like people that he cared about, but it was very shallow. It was more show don't tell in that area. So, and then the only 2 people that like stayed dead in the movie, this is not spoilers, but like nobody died in the movie about assassins, which I felt was like kind of weird, except for 2 side characters who you see for about one side character you see for literally 1 scene, and then the other side character you see for literally 2 scenes, and those are the only 2 people who died. And so I'm like, it feels a little bit cheap. Like I said, I did like the movie. Just because you like a movie doesn't mean you don't have critiques for it. I did enjoy it, even though it was like super cheesy. I liked the action scenes. I don't really go to see action movies too often, other than like superhero movies. Usually it's not really my scene, but I do like to watch people get beat up. And so I thought it was really fun, the way that those people were getting their asses kicked. That might be partially why I like superhero movies so much. The one superhero movie where I was like watching it and I was like, I think this violence might be a bit too much, was in Black Widow. Funnily enough, like in Black Widow, the way that she was getting her ass kicked in that movie, like obviously she was winning fights and stuff, but I felt like all of the hits in that movie like hit extra hard. Like she would fall down and get like slammed on the ground and be like, Jesus Christ, ow. I was like, damn, for that whole movie. But maybe that was on purpose, I'm not sure. We'll do her little fuzzies next, I think. And I'm really gonna just try to put off doing the hair and the skin as long as possible, you guys. Those parts are always the hardest. And so I'm like, let's like save those for last. Even though honestly I should be doing them first. But I get scared. Oh, but yeah, those are my Valentine's plans. I guess really my Valentine's plans are whatever they're doing with the kids in my job. I don't actually know what they're doing. I have no idea. This is so pink already. Makes me really happy. I think I put too many veins on the heart, but that's okay. Does it make it look more realistic? I don't know. Maybe I should put some blue in it. But honestly, I don't want to put any other color than pink in this drawing. I'm sure some of the pinks are a bit more purple, but you know what I mean. I just want pink in this drawing. It's for Valentine's, you guys. I think purple is a Valentine's Day color. I know people think of like pink and white and red, but I think that purple is very Valentine's-y. At least I think so, if I'm remembering correctly, which I think I am. But I'm glad I'm getting to do a Valentine's illustration. I don't think I've ever done one for Valentine's Day before. I've planned some in the past, like I was going to do one with Hope one time, but then I lost steam on it. It's probably like one of the very few themed illustrations I've done. And it's not even technically actually on theme, I guess. It's like Valentine's theme because she's got like a heart in her hand, but other than that, and the colors, I don't think it's actually very Valentine's Day themed. I guess I could make it into a Valentine's Day card if I really wanted to. It'd be like something about a heart. I don't know. I was trying to think of something quippy to say, and I couldn't. I can't think of anything right now. I'm so terrible at coming up with puns on the fly, you guys. I'm awful at that. Okay, we can't really put off the skin anymore, even though I really want to. I honestly think I might be drawing the skin a bit too light in comparison to my color comp, but that's fine. I can always darken it. That's the good thing about markers. You can always add more. The bad thing is you cannot ever take it away. Not really. I mean, you could use the colorless blender, but that shit is ass. It doesn't work like that, you guys. It's gonna make it look muddy and patchy and gross. So I try not to use it that way. I think this marker is dry also. So that's fun. I love when the marker is dry. I don't know. I feel like it looks better in the thingy, but I guess it's a lot darker. I might have to get a darker color for this. I think I definitely will. Well, let's hold off on it first. Do the hair. And then see if I really need to make it darker. Because it might just look bad in the vacuum that is the white space surrounding it. I don't want to add too much because I can't take it away. I'd like to add more ink to this marker, though this is very dry. So let's pause with this marker, and we'll do the back. We'll do the hair now. I think this pink is too peach, but we're going for it anyway. Does that look better, you guys? I don't know. Yes, this looks super desaturated on the camera. What the hell? I swear in real life it's not that desaturated. I swear. It's okay. If I ever make this digital, I'll just go ahead and fix the colors. I don't even know why I added the pigtails and you can't even see them. Just have no idea what's going on over here. Really focused on the drawing because I don't think I like the way that it's turning out. But that's okay. I have a picture of it. I can make it digital if I want to. Honestly, I could turn the color comp into the finished piece if I feel like it. Because I really don't like the way this is turning out. It's kind of making me sad. It's not as pink as I wanted it to be. And none of my pinks were saturated enough. Just gotta remember with alcohol markers, you guys, sometimes they dry darker than they are when you put them down, and sometimes they dry lighter than when you put them down. They're deceptive that way sometimes. And I didn't plan well enough for this drawing. Which sucks because I actually really like this sketch. And I actually really like the line art, which is unusual for me because sometimes I do line art and I'm like, this is like awful. But I feel this was a good translation of the sketch. I feel like I'm just ruining it with color. You guys can let me know if you don't agree, but as of right now, I think I'm kind of wanting to give up on it. But I'm not going to. I always want to give up on stuff before I'm done with it. I so rarely like a piece, like, as I'm working on it, like, halfway through, I'm like, oh, yeah, this looks great. Usually I'm, like, panicking and freaking out, and I'm like, oh my god, I ruined it, and I hate it. So, yeah, I don't know if this is salvageable I don't even know if this is really bad or if I'm just in my head about it again. I just don't. I'm currently not enjoying it. I think a large part of that is the hair. Hair is like the hardest thing for me, you guys. I can never get hair to look right. I think I really just don't understand it. And also, most of these markers are empty. That is also not helping. And then every time it squeaks, it irritates me. Yeah, I want that pink to be darker. It's not dark enough. We're going to use the pink. This might be a mistake. And it probably is. But we're going to use the pink that we used for the blood as the skin. Oh yeah, that's way too bright. But I already did it. So we're going for it. Honestly, I think we needed that pink in a couple more places anyway. The thing is, I wanted it in the eye. I'm definitely not putting it in the eye now. Because it will fuck it up. Just going to have to figure out something else for it. A lighter color to put in the eye, because the eye is also supposed to be in shadow. That's not going to work now. I mean, this is not going to work in the eyeball. Alright, I guess we'll just go right in with the face. Just kill me, I guess. Okay, I think I like that better, you guys. I think so. I'm pretty sure. I'm 80% sure. I'm 40% sure? I don't know. I still think that part's too desaturated. I just don't know what to do. Okay, I think that brightened it up a little bit, I think. Just a little. Okay, and then for the background, I guess I'll use this one. This one was not even on my thing, but it's pink. Alright, you guys, last step is the white highlights. Alright guys, I'd say that one's finished. Maybe I went a little bit crazy with the white highlights, but I need the white highlights because they're gonna make me feel better. I don't think this turned out very well, you guys. I think monochrome pieces are very hard, and this is a mix of values and tones, and I did not have the proper mix of violet sort of pinks to make all of it violet sort of pink. Some of it is too much of a peachy pink, and I don't like it very much, but that's okay. I think this is the one instance where I'm going to say that I did it better with the color comp. So I still have that color comp, and I probably will try to translate it digitally at a later time because I don't like the way that this turned out very much at all. But it's still fun to spend time with this time with you guys. So yeah, it's a little sad, but honestly, there are worse things. So it's not the 100% worst thing I ever made, but it's just not my favorite. So thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. I know this is kind of a sad note to leave it out on, but I hope you all have a very happy Valentine's Day. I will go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Bye!